I'm Theo.
And I'm Juliet.
And this is Apologies Accepted.
We offer an entertaining look at some of the big issues in history by examining public apologies of the famous and infamous.
We're looking at politicians, serial killers, actors, and you.
Send us a public apology you would like to make, and we'll read it on the air and give you a chance to redeem yourself, or just get some guilt off your shoulders.
We're here for you. Once a week, maybe more if you're really, really sorry. Hi, everybody.
This is Apologies Accepted.
The podcast. And award show.
And awards show. Yay, I'm not Theo, even though it is an award show.
Yay, you're not Theo? Well, double yay, I'm not Juliet.
We get the awards for not being each other. And today, as Theo mentioned, is our first annual awards ceremony.
Yes.
Where we give out awards that we made up to ourselves.
And to the contestants who didn't know they were competing for various awards.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Because it's not bad enough for these poor people. They had to apologize publicly and then be rated by us. But now there are awards to be handed out.
And it's going to be great. We have about 27, close to 30 awards to give out, so we're going to have a lot to talk about today. I think it should be fun. But before we get into that, real quick, Theo, how was your week?
How was my week? I vote we're going to call this segment "What's Shakin' Bacon."
What's shaking bacon?
Because it's so fucking annoying, right? And I'll say everybody hates chat. It's like get to the thing. And everybody, this show's sort of a one-off. We're doing a year in review awards, so we're going to be looking at all of our episodes. There's not one particular story that we're tracking this week. And then my week. I had all these things that happened where I was like, I've got to remember that. I can't remember a single one. We had the roof replaced this week, which sucked. They were a great crew. They were super nice, but it rained black tar and shingles all of Friday, all around the house, which wasn't fun. But they cleaned everything up, and now everything looks exactly the same. And even the roof looks exactly the same. So, okay.
Funny.
And then I'm going to say that's it. That's probably... Oh, I know what. James was gone. He is traveling for work. So the hard life of international travel. Hello, Lisbon. Hello, Madrid. And
nice.
I know, right? It's like, it's hard to feel sorry for somebody who's saying, oh my God, I've been working so hard. And it's like, you're in Lisbon.
I've been going to Lisbon and Madrid.
Yeah,
it's terrible. It's the
terrible.
worst. Feel sorry for me.
And James sent me a video of a public square in Madrid, and he forgot to flip the the view thing.
The phone thing.
So I just have a video of him spinning around in a circle.
That's awesome.
All these buildings behind him.
How did he not notice that?
I don't know. And I'm like, this is great. This might find its way onto Instagram.
I think you should put it up on Instagram. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I should. So, nice week. Nothing. Oh, well, I did clean out my holiday closet. This is how, oh my God,
exciting.
My sexy life. Did
you find anything to go to recycling?
No, and that's the whole reason I was clearing out the closet, right? Because James is like, we have too much crap. Nobody needs this many jack-o'-lanterns. What are all these sleigh bells? And I'm just like, these are holiday things. I know.
Yeah.
Scrooge what's a Halloween hater? Scrooge McJesus?
Scrooge Pumpkin, Great Pumpkin. I don't
know. Okay, Scrooge Great Pumpkin, whatever. So I did go through the Halloween stuff, which was only 3 tubs because I was lazy. And I didn't find anything to give away. Everything is precious. So didn't happen.
You only have 3 tubs? Well, that's nothing.
Amateur. I know.
I have a lot of stuff. We've been cleaning out our downstairs storage space, as you know, and I think I have 6 tubs of Christmas things, and I've got I tried to go through them and take them and clear them out, but I absolutely could not get rid of anything. Everything. I bought it for a reason, right? It was cute. I bought it. I loved it.
I'm
not getting rid of it.
Yes.
It has a purpose. It has a place in the house and on the tree, and wherever it goes is where it goes.
And it'll be sad if you give it away.
It would be so sad because I remember
only is known
last
as one
year,
home.
Well, yeah. Oh. I'm going to cry.
It's one Christmas home.
Aww.
You can't make a Christmas orphan, Juliet, of that
You can't.
bulb.
I'll tell Brent. He was actually really understanding about it, so that's good. I don't ask for too much in this relationship, so I get what I want. Oh, that's funny. All right, so let's see. I haven't been doing anything other than cleaning out the closet downstairs and working as usual, so I have no interesting news to report. Looking out the window, it's a beautiful day. That's it. So let's get to the awards.
Let us get to the awards, and let us see. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know if I can. This might be stupid. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, today it is time for Apologies Accepted Annual Award-a-thon, the first ever and maybe only time we will ever be giving out awards. And this song goes on for 10 minutes, so I'll just turn it off right there.
Yay! Applause.
Oh, well, thank you for that, because, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I know. We're here to give out awards. Let's start.
All right. We have the first 10 awards are awards that our engineer, producer, /
co-husband
Brent has come up with for us. So the first one, Theo, would you like to read the first award?
Sure. Okay, so the first of the annual Brent Awards is the Non-Apology Award, which goes to the Pope for Holy Sadness. As we may remember, the Pope had nothing but sympathy and sadness for 215 unmarked graves found in a Canadian Catholic school that contained the bodies of Indigenous children. That was sad, for sure sad, but no apology.
Yeah, there was no apology from the Pope, which is really unfortunate. And we're still waiting. Actually, we did this a while back, and we're still waiting for an apology from the Pope, and none has been forthcoming.
No, and they've been finding additional graves by the hundreds.
Yeah, by the hundreds.
Which is...
So it's no more 200. It's probably close to 1,000 now.
It's unspeakable. I mean, again, right? Well, glad we started off with a really tough one.
We're cheerful today.
Yes, right. This is a happy day. But not for the Pope. So yes.
All right. So that's number one. Number two, the number 2 award is the most "fuck you, I'd kill them all again" that could be crammed into a single apology award. Goes to in episode 27, the Golden State Killer. Never say never. He said, "I listened to all your statements, each one of them, and I'm truly sorry for everyone I've hurt," which was obviously tailored to the situation, which was his trial. So that's the only apology anyone got for that. And I guess he's gone to jail now, or did he die?
No, he's still alive, I think.
Oh, you think we would know. But in any case, if he's not dead, he's in jail. So good for him.
We'll just say that he's not important in any of that. It's unfortunately, it's the victims. Yes.
Yeah,
unfortunately, it's the victims. No, it's not. Unfortunately, it's the victims who are important. It's that
it's unfortunate that there are victims.
Thank you for clearing that up for me. I got very lost in a grammar tangle that was like, oh, that's okay. And for our third award, we have the Confused by the Concept of Apology Award, which is Kanye West. Taylor Swift is not the frenemy. I don't know the episode number because I didn't
6.
do my homework. Look at you doing homework. And yeah, I would agree with that because was that an apology? I mean,
I'm going to let you finish, but I'm really sorry, but Beyonce's video was the best of this decade.
Well, everything Beyonce does is the best of everything all the time. So, who's not a fan?
So that was what Taylor Swift, that was what Kanye West said in his apology to Taylor Swift for interrupting.
I thought that was your personal opinion.
No.
What episode number was that?
6.
Oh, wow. I didn't.
That was early on. It's amazing we remember it at all.
It's yeah. Well, I love the I'm gonna let you finish. I mean, I'll use that all the time. But
Number 4, the highest price paid to an apology writer award was episode 14, the American Psychiatric Association, Color Me Sorry. That was a long, well-written apology that will probably change nothing. So they were apologizing for racism in psychology, and if I know the APA, absolutely nothing is going to be any different as a result.
And that is the power of belief, trust, psychology. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a large organization for you.
That's it.
Yep.
That's the power of organizations that are so big that they're just impossible.
They just can't change.
What do they call that? It's like turning the elephant around or something.
Is it? I don't know.
When like Microsoft is all like, we're going to change our corporate hiring practices, and then they don't because they've got 50,000 people that do that, and there's just too many of them to really make a change. Yeah.
I didn't know there was a phrase for it, but that's good. I will have to look it up.
I think it is. There was a book by that title, so.
Oh, I see.
Maybe we'll make it. That's exactly the phrase, Juliet. Everybody knows that.
All right.
All right. So, I lost the thread. It's your turn or my turn?
It's your turn, number 5.
Okay, no wonder you're staring at me like, hey, you have stuff to do
Come
here.
on, Theo. Let's do this.
I'm excited. I got this one. The Apology That Needs an Apology Award. Kathy Griffin, heads up. And what was that episode number?
Number 40.
This is so great. I just love that you have, that you know this. Yeah, so that was Kathy Griffin, who, of course, said she was sorry for the Donald Trump head photograph. And I would very much agree with Brent on this one. I think that was comedy, and you don't say sorry. You just move forward and learn.
Plus, she should never have apologized in the first place for what she did, because what she did was it made a statement that needed to be made, and I think she didn't do anything wrong. It was a little bit garish, but that's comedy for you.
Right, exactly. And sorry, but like, not the worst thing that happened during the Trump administration, everybody.
Oh, for sure.
So,
not even close.
Okay, sorry the baby man had his feelings hurt. Okay, so we will move forward because that was a good one.
Speaking of the baby man, number 6 is the Get Out of Apology Free Card Award from episode number 39, The Baby, No Homo. The baby said he didn't have to apologize for his anti-gay homophobic statements because he was speaking his own truth. So if you say so, the baby.
Well, and I've got to say, the same measuring stick, yardstick, formula that I give to Kathy, I've got to give to the baby. So yeah, okay.
I don't know. I'm not following you there, but maybe it's only because I agree with one of them and not the other.
Well, so if I'm willing to say, okay, Kathy Griffin was expressing her opinion and she was performing, she was doing art, right?
Right.
Then I also have to allow the baby the same measure of freedom. And while I don't care for what he said, and I, don't think the apology was an apology, right?
Right.
I have to allow him his artistic expression, and that's what he's going to put that under. I don't think anybody's saying
he shouldn't be allowed to say stupid things, but we get to call them stupid.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, we're on the same page. Thank God.
Thank God. Wouldn't it be awesome if I became DeBaby's number one fan? I'm not gay anymore, DeBaby, because I wanted to be your number one fan. But yeah, no, I couldn't. Not with a name like DeBaby. Sorry. When he's 90 and doing his world tour,
and he's the baby.
It's the baby.
Yeah. He can't even go to duh. Yeah, I'll have to come up with something completely different when he turns 18.
Okay, so the next
All right,
one.
You're up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, me. Why do I keep losing the thread here?
You're at number 7.
I'm at number 7, and so it's the Snarkiest Apology Award, which goes to Pepe Le Pew, Misogyny Stinks, which, yeah, that was the New York Times article that was written in the guise of an apology from a cartoon character that
New
really...
Yorker.
Oh, the New Yorker. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm always ready to blame the New York Times for everything. Because, I should stop subscribing. There's some issues with them now. And so... Yes, I would say that apology was what was the episode number?
30.
You've done all of this work, so I want to make sure that those numbers get said.
30.
Yeah, so anyway, that was the apology that was written as really kind of saying the Me Too movement had just gone too far.
Yes, I agree. I don't agree with that, but I agree with what you said.
Yes.
That is exactly what
Wouldn't it be awesome if you did agree with that? If you're like, yeah, the Me Too movement is not
totally
you.
Gone too far. All right, number 8, the most grovelingly insincere apology award goes to episode 37, Hatworks, the Mad Hatter or Hater. And this hat seller in Nashville apologized for making anti-vaccine yellow stars, but only after their major suppliers stopped selling hats to them for resale. So we believe that is insincere, and screw them.
It's totally insincere, but then also the maneuver from the hat companies was insincere because they're selling in her store again. But, okay, it's commerce. What can I do?
Capitalism gets us all in the end.
I mean, I don't buy hats, so I won't be buying any hats. But if I did buy hats, I wouldn't buy them from there.
Amen.
There you go. All right, so let's see here. That's number 9 we're at, which is the most likely to be accepted award. Ellie Kemper, we are all canceled. What's that a number?
32.
32? Wow. And yeah, I agree with that one too. I mean, that was just the whole, like, Twitter decided that she was a Nazi princess, and it turns out kind of wasn't. But yeah, she did participate in this, what I would say was a hometown festival that certainly had racist origins and perhaps celebrates classism as well as racism. But by the time she was participating, it just wasn't in the forefront of anybody's mind.
Yep. Number 10, the most supernatural apology award goes to episode 26, Robert the Doll, Don't Toy With Me. And the spooky doll haunts anyone who fails to respect him, sometimes even bringing bad luck to those who look at pictures of him on the internet without apologizing. And the apologies associated with this story are letters to Robert making amends for looking at him or for otherwise disrespecting him.
And this is a real award, Robert. It is not making fun of you. So do not curse us with bad luck because we don't need it.
And we're sorry for mentioning you.
Right. And we're not looking at photos and we didn't take any.
No.
And I was super duper careful when I was like posting things to Instagram to not use photos of Robert the Doll.
Oh, thank you.
Without permission.
That's a relief. Yes, which we don't have.
I did email one and signed your name to it, but I
All right, so those are Brents Awards. Thank you, Brent. As always, you've gone above and beyond.
The hardest working producer in podcasting.
Absolutely. So I have a few awards as well.
Yay!
And we'll talk about those. Yay. So my first award is the I Still Don't Know How I Feel award, which goes to episode number 36, Billie Eilish, Happier Than Ever. So she apologized for racist behavior, but does she really get it? On the other hand, she's still pretty young at 20. So I don't know how I feel about what she did. She supposedly mouthed a slang slur for a Chinese person during a video of her singing along to a song by Tyler, the Creator, who's one of her heroes. And she did some other stuff too that was pretty racist. So I'm still not sure how I feel, even though she was young and there are a lot of factors that might excuse her behavior. I still don't think I really am with her. And I'm still not sure how I feel about her music either, even though I've had this one song stuck in my head for 12 hours now. Maybe I don't like it at all.
Or maybe you love it, you just hate that you love it.
It could be. It could be.
It could be. That was a good one.
Number 2, the biggest piece of crap award goes to episode 6, Mel Gibson.
Ooh.
All the Sins at Once.
Ouch. Yes. Okay. Yes. Uh-huh.
And that one doesn't really need any explanation. Mel Gibson is just a big
sad
loser.
Yeah, you know, when you say the biggest piece of crap and then doesn't need any explanation. Now, our Gen Z listeners, and there's a considerable sized audience there, may not know who Mel Gibson is because he's just
And they can listen to episode 6 to find out.
Aren't you? Look at you selling product left and right, pushing old shows out there. Oh, you podcaster, you.
I know, I'm a professional.
You are now.
I guess we're professionals once we get money for it, right?
We're professionals once you hit 50 episodes.
Oh, okay. So now we're professionals. Yay.
Yes.
My third award is the apology from the place I most want to travel to, which is episode 26, Robert the Doll, because who doesn't want to go to Key West? And when I go, I may even stop and pay tribute to Robert the Doll.
Oh, you have to. You have to.
For sure.
But I love that you gave an award to a place you want to go. That is hysterical. I'm there.
I'm always thinking about where I can go. Okay, number 4, best inaugural episode goes to, surprise, number 1, Bill Clinton, Sorry Not Sorry. So he never apologized directly to Monica Lewinsky, but now she doesn't even want an apology. That's how much more character she has than he does.
Which is true. I laugh, but it's true.
It's true. My 5th award is the best Theo story, which is the bar story. And I don't know if you remember that one, Theo. That's the story where you stole the bottle of alcohol from behind the bar.
Oh, I remember the event. I didn't remember I told it. Sorry, Revolver. They're out of business now.
I'm not sure what episode that was, but you got to listen to all the episodes to find it, because that was a really well told story that I enjoyed and my husband enjoyed as well.
It's got to be the Halloween episode.
You think?
Episode 10, Baby Stealing Your Candy. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's got to be that one. I don't know why else I would ever. Maybe it was the Mel Gibson one, because that had a lot of drinking in it too. Yeah.
There's a lot of drinking in all our stories, I think. And behind the scenes, if not overtly. Number 6, the best subtitle. That's Theo's assigned subtitle. He comes up with all the subtitles for the episodes. And it's 18, Ellen DeGeneres, the Be Kind of Nice Lady. That's the episode where we found out Ellen really isn't the sweetheart she presents herself to be. And that was my favorite subtitle of all the subtitles that Theo has graciously come up with so far.
Great. I've graced the internet with.
You have.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, cool. That's interesting. I have a similar award, but a different show, so we're going to have to fight about it later.
All right, no problem. And my last award is the Most Fun Episode to Research Award, which goes to 47, UFOs, The Truth is Out There. There was no apology from the government to the radar operator who was only doing his job by reporting the UAPs he saw, but a story full of UFOs, CIA, ATIP, and all the acronyms you could want.
And that's a really good one. And that was super fun. I enjoyed researching all of that. And next year, we'll have Spooky Halloween month-long celebration again.
Spooky Halloween.
There's always UFOs to talk about.
There are. There'll be more by then, so we can talk about the
Hopefully there'll be disclosure, and then there'll be a big apology from the government. It's like, we're sorry we lied about the Zebulons living here and keeping it a secret. They don't eat that many children.
I hope the pandemic is over before we get disclosure about aliens living among us, because I'm not sure I'm prepared for both at the same time.
Oh, it is totally over. Everybody, it's over. It's done. I was in Trader Joe's the other day. Like, staff wasn't wearing masks, right?
Oh,
and I was
man.
like, and I asked the guy at the register, because I'm wearing my mask. And I was like, are we back to, and he said, we're just not asking questions. And he's like, if you're fully vaccinated.
Was he wearing a mask?
No, he was not, which is why I felt comfortable asking him, because it was like, are you a Republican who works at Trader Joe's, or is there a thing that happened here? Right.
Man, I'm getting my booster shot today. I'm totally excited.
You lucky. I'm getting mine in 3 weeks.
Yay.
Because my doctor doesn't like me, and apparently he wants me to die.
You'll make it 3 weeks.
I mean, I'm going to have to.
We hope.
I don't have any. I better. Yeah, and me too. I'm getting my flu shot and my booster, my Moderna booster. Hi, everybody.
I don't know which one I'm getting, but I'll take whatever I get. As long as it's not J&J, I'm sure it's not.
Oh, it won't be.
Okay. All right, let's hear your awards.
Okay, yes. So now for my awards. Let's see here. Okay. Some of them are a little like, you have to be me to know that this was even a category, right? So apologies, get it? Apologies, everybody.
Apologies.
Some of these are really fun inside jokes for me. And one of them is an inside joke that I had to get out into the world. So award number 1, these aren't in any specific order. The best title that never got used, episode 35, Allison Mack, Nexium Queen, should have been Cultilingus.
would have been good. I love it.
Well, so when we do titles on the show, every now and then I will think of something where I'm like, oh, that's really funny, but it also is like a super gray area and that might not be funny. So I will run it by Juliet and I will say, what do you think of this? Right. And she will counsel me off of the ledge and say, yeah, maybe not that one. Maybe.
Did I tell you not to do that one?
Yeah. So,
what is the word? What a wet blanket I am.
No. You know what? It was episode 35. We were young podcasters then. We are now seasoned, matured professional podcasters.
We know
doing
better
our
now.
50th episode.
We no longer err on the side of caution.
Exactly. Now we just like throw it against the wall, and if it sticks, great. And if it doesn't, I don't know. So Cultilingus and the Allison Mack Nexium Queen is kind of a reference to that Billy Idol song. Billy Idol? No. Billy, what is this? If I said
Caribbean Queen?
Billy Ocean. Is that
Billy
it?
Ocean. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's see. We'll just keep moving on. Award number 2 goes to Best Title that actually got used, which is episode 26. See, I did my homework for my stuff, but I didn't do any
Very good.
homework beyond me. Episode 26, Robert the Doll, Don't Toy With Me. When I came up with that one, I laughed so hard to myself in the middle of the grocery store. I thought I was so clever. I couldn't wait to rush home and get that written down and published.
Awesome.
Episode number 3. No, that's not it. Award number three. Award number 3 for episode 36. This is the podcast that made me change my mind about someone. And this goes to Billie Eilish, Happier Than Ever. I hate her now.
Really?
Yeah, I do. And it's not because of what she did. It's because of who she is. She's so every interview I saw with her, she was so annoying. It's so
she is annoying.
Very, precocious goth kid. Hey, sorry, goth kids, if you're out there and you're precocious and you're listening to us, you probably hate Billie Eilish too for that very same reason. There can be only one precocious goth kid, and it was me in the 80s.
Yeah.
So, I mean, super talented, sure. As I have said, I can't sing. She's a crowd pleaser, her name, at least, because our most popular episode to date. Wow. Like, by far. And that's probably also what brought us all the Gen Z listeners. So, hey, guys, sorry that I don't like Billie Eilish on a personal level, but her music's fine. I like a lot of what she has done recently. She was at ACL and stopped mid-set and made some commentary about Texas's the abortion law in Texas, right? So, I mean.
And she has a pretty voice.
And she has a pretty voice, and she's cool, and she's body positive. So, all of that, but she'll grow out of this I'm a spoiled brat kind of thing.
Yeah,
but,
hopefully.
And maybe it's the interviews that I saw when she was like 18. So would I be pleased with any 18-year-old? No. No, I would not. How dare you be 18 when I am not? Okay, so number 4, most honest apology. That award is going to go to the baby. And it's because, he's sorry, but this is how he feels. And like I said, I've got to respect honesty.
Okay.
So even, don't love what you said. And, would I put this in this? Because, of course, the question, I'll continue with this. I caught myself midway through talking, and I was like, oh, don't say it. But I'm going to say it. Would I have the same feeling if a Nazi said, listen, I just don't like Jews, right? Or if a Klansman said, listen, I just don't like black people, gays, Catholics, and Jews, right?
Right.
No, that would be like, okay, gross. I just kind of feel that with DaBaby, there's some room to grow, and maybe he will, right? We'll see. Who knows?
All right? Fingers crossed.
Who knows? I'm not that vested in it. I'm not going to cross my fingers that he changes. We'll see what happens. Okay, so award number 5, the best episode, in my opinion, right? Which is not an opinion, it's a fact. The best episode. Okay. Episode 10, Baby Stealing Your Candy. I have listened to that episode probably like 8 times. I love it. That sexy ant joke segment, Just slays me every time I hear it. I laugh.
I'm gonna listen to that again
so hard. It's
I remember that
near the end, and it is. I couldn't breathe. Which, yeah. Okay, let's see here.
So, are you saying we peaked early?
No. I'm saying you need to come up with some more insect jokes because that was genius. That was so funny. I had no fucking idea that you were talking about the insect for the first 3 seconds. I thought you meant like a school librarian, with the glasses, your sexy aunt holding a bottle of wine and like shirts all open or whatever.
It's funny.
God, apparently I've got some issues here. Letting out my erotic fantasies. That. Wow.
That's right.
Look out, Aunt Jill. But yeah, hysterical. I also like Skinwalker a lot. I've listened to that 3 times. But I really felt episode 10, Baby Stealing Your Candy. What a fucking great idea. You found the story that was so cute and so fun, but also opened up an opportunity to talk about Halloween traditions and customs and blah, blah. So love it. Let's see here. Cool. So I also have an award for the best Juliet story.
Oh, boy.
It goes to episode 43, The Bakery House, where Juliet picked up the phone when a client was on the other side, didn't know that the client was on the line, and the receptionist said, I have Mr. Smith on the phone for you. And Juliet said, great. Now, why do I love that, and why is that my favorite story? You have great stories, but that's my favorite one because it doesn't put you in a positive light at all. It is perfectly honest, and I think it really just sums up what having any position of responsibility in your 20s was all about.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Yep. I mean, you wouldn't do that today.
No.
Oh, no. Not at all.
Oh, no.
So, Mr. Smith, that office is ready for you to rent whenever you want it. We'll be pleased that you're here.
We've all learned our lessons from the 20s, and we had to be in the 20s to learn them, I guess.
Oh, gee, yeah. I mean, for every age, there is a reason, and you just got to suffer through it. And they're fun, too. I mean, my 20s were fun. That was part of the problem and why I am where I am now, which is in a closet under some blankets doing a podcast. Okay, let's see here. So, award number 7, the apology that never should have been made, Kathy Griffin. I just kind of feel like I get it. The eyes of the world were on her. It was overwhelming. Her PR team needed to hold her hand and just say, wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
The people who are angry at you aren't your fan base. Yes, venues are canceling. Yes, specials are canceling. Yes, that hurts. But an apology is not going to make this better, right? Yeah. You need to own it. And then later she goes back and she does own it. I have a clip here that I think in all fairness, we would be able to play because it's a news clip from a program in Australia, like a Good Morning program. And I think this sums up Kathy Griffin's, she retracted her apology. So let's see if this works.
Comedy is about pushing the boundaries and being politically correct, and that's fine. But do you not agree that that picture holding up a severed head, I know it's a mask covered in tomato sauce, but do you notice that that was a little bit over the line? No, you're full of crap. Stop this. You know this. Stop acting like my little picture is more important than talking about the actual atrocities that the President of the United States is committing. No, I don't apologize for that photo anymore, and I think the outrage is complete BS because we have real things to deal with.
And I'm going to say, yes, that's exactly how it should have started. And so I'm a Kathy Griffin fan. So Kathy, when you sue us for using your voice on this podcast, please know I'm a fan. Okay. So number 8, award 8. This is where you come up again. This is the podcast where Juliet made me change my perspective. Oh. Yes. And so, it was episode 44, our Ellipse, which is a French publisher. Episode 44, Text Ed. That's supposed to be sex ed because I'm so funny. And yeah, so basically a French publisher had put out a study guide for a college entrance exam. And in that study guide, one of the answers was that the CIA caused September 11th. Right. And so, and I gave them a 2. I didn't care for their apology at all, but you were like, oh, no, this is great. They did what they were supposed to do. They came out, they apologized. They're spending money to correct the issue. And you gave them a much higher score. I think it was like a 7 to a 9. I mean, whatever. It was more than a 5. And you had said to me during the broadcast, hey, this is about their apology, not about what they did. And I was so lost in the knee-jerk reaction of a wannabe academic. You're a publisher. How dare you publish something that's so awful? How did this get by, right? This never should have happened. And so I really was grading the situation that rather than, the apology. And so I would now give them a 2.5. As opposed to a 2. No, you did make
flattering.
Me. So I'd throw them a 7. Like, you're right. And it took me a day to be like, yeah, okay. Yeah. I overreacted. And my reaction was based on the situation, not the apology. So overreacted.
Excellent.
Hard to believe. Okay. Episode number 9. This is another award. I promise you that all of my awards are not going to go to you, but this award is special. This is the True Friendship Award. This is your triumphant music for being a wonderful and true friend. So, yes, and it's for podcast, my favorite one, episode 10, Baby Stealing Your Candy, and episode 44, Text Ed. So we had a shooting incident last year at my old house that was very traumatizing for me. And Juliet was very gracious. Of course, I was going to not be gracious in a situation like that. That wouldn't be a friend. That'd be the worst friend award. But she really held my hand emotionally during episode 10. And then episode 44, which was about September 11th, one of the things that I've come to learn about my reactions with PTSD is that anything emotional is very triggering, and I just get overwhelmed. So we started the podcast, and I was going to start telling the story about September 11th. And just the first words out of my mouth, it was like, I can't do this. I can't. Yep. And Juliet took the helm, and I was a voice in the chorus. Just said, yay, good for you. Thank you. And so I want to say thank you very much. That was, and remains, it's getting better, gets better every day. Hooray. Moving did a lot.
Yay. Good.
So yay.
Good.
But yes, so she also sent me 2 books, which I haven't opened yet. But I know exactly where they are. They're over my head. They're currently being used to hold a blanket in place. I have a podcast tent now. So, yeah, it not only meant a lot to me, but it was a huge help, and remains a huge help. Okay.
Well, I'm touched, and I want to say that I have avoidant anxious personality disorder, which means I'm going to pretend you didn't say any of that and move on.
Totally. I don't have that diagnosis, but I understand that, and me too.
But thank you, I'm touched. I am touched.
Well, good. Just remember, I did not physically touch you, so we won't activate the Me Too movement here. Boo, dumb joke, Theo. Nobody liked that one. That's awful. You need to stop.
Oh, you got booze. Oh, that's hilarious.
I knew I would use it. All right, let's see here. And then number 10. This award goes to the best idea we've ever had on the show. And by we, I mean Brent, and I mean the rating system. It was genius. I've listened to a couple of earlier episodes where we were doing absolve or condemn, and then we couldn't remember if it was condone and deny. Like, we used different words, and, it just...
I remember that now.
The rating system was the fix. It really works super well. Because it allows other people to chime in and say, yeah, I hear you on the 7, but really I would have given it a 3, right? And then
Right.
they can say why
Have a
if
discussion.
they want. But everybody basically agrees with us all the time, so that's great. And then just a 1 that's not a number, but I realized, well, it is a number. It's number 11, but I didn't have it there. And I was like, I'll just keep it as this extraneous note to bring up, but I'm going to force this one. So my number 11 award is Best Apology. I didn't have a Best Apology. I had Best Show, right? But I think the Best Apology, Michael Chabon. And I didn't look up that episode.
I don't know.
Pay to Play in Hollywood, I think is the subtitle, but
could be.
It's going to be in the 40s. And so Michael Chabon is a very famous Pulitzer Prize winning writer.
Yes.
And he was working with a really bad, very abusive Hollywood producer, hard to believe, but a very powerful guy who was super powerful and very abusive. And they worked together for 20 years. And then the guy, whose name I can't remember. Do you remember his name?
Scott somebody.
Ridden, right?
Scott.
No way to
somebody,
ever
I don't
know.
No way to ever know.
We could never know. Anyway, it's one of our episodes.
Ruben.
Could be.
I think.
It could be. I don't know. It sounds sure. Ridden, Radden.
Okay.
Does it matter? No, because we will never hear from him again, although he will remain behind the scenes producing things because he still has millions of dollars to
Power
spend.
and money.
And he produces hits. So, Hollywood's still going to work with him. They'll just be like, dude, you're not allowed to have any assistants. You're not allowed to have any staff. Right? But keep making us money. So, I just really felt like the Chabon apology was not only well written, but he also apologized knowing that he was going to get a lot of heat for, okay, nice apology. It's 20 years later, Dick. And the guy said something about your wife. So, you're just doing this because it got a little too close to home. Now, all of a sudden that he's mean to your wife, you see, oh yeah, he's mean, but look at all the staplers he's thrown at people. So, and part of the reason that I think that's the best apology ever is that I am absolutely in love with the Chabon family. And I am still petitioning for adoption. I think they're great. And I know you didn't like it. And I know, and we're real far apart. You gave him a 2, and we're real far apart on this one. But my favorite thing in the research that never came up was People Magazine. You know how they do? They're like 10 best looking people of the year or whatever, right? They wanted him to be one of their best looking people, right? Oh. And he said, no, thank you. Right?
Wow.
And then he said, during an interview, he was like, the whole concept of like best looking person is just so foreign and weird to me. It's an accident of genetics. And so, okay, fine. But it's like People Magazine calling me up and saying, we hear the weather's nice in your town. We'd like to put you on the cover. And I was like, that's reasoning I can get behind. You're awesome. Yeah. Hooray for you, Michael Chabon, even though my friend Juliet hates you.
Those were some great awards.
Those were great awards, and this has been a great show.
And a great show,
yes, but not great for my grammar.
But before we go, you have Who's Not Sorry. Who's sorry now?
I demand.
I have a lot of Who's Not Sorry.
I demand a new segment called Who's Not Sorry. So we are going to do our regular show now, which we always end with Who's Sorry Now, meaning, me, somebody owe me an apology, Juliet, someone owe her, right? The answer is yes and yes all the time. Everybody owes everyone an apology everywhere all the time. Today, the story I'm going to share is award related. And so UT Austin owes me an apology. Here's what happened.
Oh my God.
I know. And it's super unfair. And it's not a long story, but I'm going to make it long. No, it's okay. You're going to try and make it short. Okay, so I was in a special little English program, yippee, and we had to write a thesis in order to graduate. Cool, right? And my favorite, and I worked with 2 professors who guided me through the process, and they were really supportive and great and cool. And then, so I knew they would be 2 of the judges, if you will, right? And then another professor somewhere in the English department would be brought in to read the final product and make an assessment, right?
Okay.
So cool. And my favorite professor I loved all my professors, but I want to say, sure, Dr. Carter. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. We'll leave it in. We'll leave it in. Dr. Carter, right? Lover, lover, lover. And so walked in the room and there was Dr. Carter. And my thesis was 186 pages. The minimum was 60. And most people wrote 61 pages. So, yeah, I had a lot to say. And
good.
And she said to me, this is an amazing work. This really moved me. And she just ticked all the boxes that I thought I was creating when I wrote my thesis, right?
Ideal.
Yeah. And I was like, are you just being nice to me because I'm old? Because you don't have to do that. She was like, no. And as a matter of fact, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. But this early on in the process, I'm going to recommend that this one be put forward for Thesis of the Year award. I forget what it was called, right? The number, like the most important work done out of the class, right? And I left and I was just on cloud nine. I couldn't believe how fortunate I was and what a lucky opportunity I had to be going to school and how wonderful all the professors were, but especially my beloved, beloved, beloved professor who never gave me higher than, I mean, I got an A in her course, right? Yeah. But for my writing, never gave me more than a B plus, which is the lowest grade I had ever gotten. And so I was like, all right. But she loved it. And so, yay. And so cool. And then we were graduating, and that's when the awards were handed out, right? Mm-hmm. And when they got to Thesis of the Year award, I told myself, you sit in this seat and you do not stand up. And even if they say your name, you don't stand up because they won't be saying your name. And you're going to stand up when they're like, Sally Struthers, you won. And I jump up. I can't believe I won. No, and it wasn't me. It was somebody else, right? And he went up and got his check, which was like $30,000, right?
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was an award. Like, it was real. We're not giving any money, everybody. So listen, Kathy Griffin, don't come looking for cash. So, okay, cool. And I was like, good for you for sitting in the chair. You're getting an award for listening to yourself because, I was like, oh my God, all my dreams will come true. And I'll be able to like remodel our house because that's what I was going to do with the money. And the guy that won it used to go to grad school, loser. So anyway, then it was time to like go up and get our certificates, our degrees, right? And for some reason, and I'm going to say kid, and I mean it in a bad way, the kid who won the award, sure he cheated, didn't want to take his check up on stage with him. Yeah. Because, there's photos and you're getting your award. So for some reason, he decided it would be a good idea if the check was at the end chair of the row, which is the chair I was sitting in. And so the check comes, it's in an envelope, right? But it gets handed down person to person to me. And will you hold this check and then just leave it on the floor so he can pick it up? And I was like, none of this makes any sense. But God,
that's crazy.
You are a fucking asshole.
Totally.
How dare you let me touch the check?
That's so
that
rude.
Should have been mine. Yeah, and I mean, whatever, right? So why does UT Austin owe me an apology? Because I didn't get that award.
God damn it.
And so I'm giving myself an award now for best thesis ever written all time.
Well, that's why you didn't get it, because it wasn't the best of the year. It was the best ever.
Right. Oh, thank you. Yes, you are right.
Best ever.
Okay, so what about you? Who's sorry now?
Mine pales in comparison. But when I was in third grade, so I had won the previous spelling bees in the school that I was in, which was first grade through 7th, 8th grade. Very small school. And I was competing for the spelling bee, the preliminary trials or whatever before you get up to the spelling bee level itself. And
I'm so anxious now, right? It's like there's tears to the spelling bee.
I know, there are. And this was in an earlier tier, and I was given the word chief to spell, and I thought, well, the rule is I before E except after C, and there's a C in the word chief before the I and the E, so it must be CHEIF. And that's how I spelled it, which is, of course, wrong. So grammar owes me an apology.
I agree. Grammar, you are awful and horrible, and spelling is so overrated, and thank God for spell check.
It's so illogical.
Oh, the spelling? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not even going to like half nerd out here, but it's like...
But I did win all the spelling bees up until 8th grade for the rest of my life.
And it was a small school filled with bad spellers.
Filled with bad spellers.
Hat. H-A...
Q.
Sure. I was trying to think of a word that would, a letter, not a word, that would be funny. A Q's hysterical. You win. You win an award for funniest letter.
Thank you. All right, so next week we're gonna do a special Halloween episode, right?
Yes, and I'm very excited.
I'm excited. I know Theo is excited. It's going to be the Theo show because this is one of his areas of interest and expertise.
Which is awful.
So it's not awful. It's fascinating.
No, it's awful because it's like, I don't know anything, but the minute it's like 1600 something, I'm like, oh, okay, where are we at? England?
Wow.
America?
I'm like, oh, where are we at? Because I have no idea where we're at.
So,
all right, everybody.
Salem Witch Trials. Ooh, it's going to be good. Or not.
Prepare for Halloween. And thank you, everyone, for listening to us. We have enjoyed this awards show very much, and we will no doubt enjoy our future shows with you as well.
That's right, because this is just the end of season 1. Totally arbitrary. We were like, season 1.
50
and it
episodes.
Just kept being season 1. And it was like, we should have a season 2, probably. I mean, why have a season 1? You're not going to follow it up with season 2. And so it'll be the same show, but we're going to be a little more engaged. We're going to try to be a little more engaged. And the audience is growing, which is wonderful to see. And so we're going to not take on advertisers. We're not going to go to some conglomerate, and because nobody's asked, but also,
right.
I don't see us doing that.
Yeah.
You know, the show is for us, and it's for whoever cares to listen to us.
Yep.
Right. And it's our little thing. It's a cult. Like cult hit. Cult hit? Oh my God, no. It's like John Waters. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a John Waters podcast.
That's exactly right. And we won't do any stupid things like selling out to Coca-Cola, even if they do ask us.
Right.
Which they won't.
They won't. But even if they did, I've listened to a couple of podcasts that went from shows like ours where it was just two people doing their thing, and then they got involved with like big media, and it's a different show.
Yeah.
Don't love it.
Yeah. So we promise to always stay the same, as mediocre as we are now.
That's right.
And
just
we'll
as
have
boring
as much fun as we are
and
now.
Self-obsessed.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week.
We'll see you in season 2.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Apologies Accepted, the podcast.
You can find links to the articles and the sources in the show notes.
To submit an apology or find out more, visit us at apologiesaccepted.net, where you can also find our merchandise.
We're on Twitter at Apologies Accepted.
And on Instagram at apologies.accepted.
You can support our important work at Patreon.com/Apologies Accepted.
And fuck Facebook.
Bye.
Bye.